I have some problems with the camera. Please, 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 please. Hi everyone. I'm not sure if this will take for long, if the camera will not stop working after some time. I'll probably do something about that in the future. But what we are basically going to do is, so Advent of Code is programming challenge is starting today. Today is 1st of December, and I thought it would be interesting to test it against AI capabilities. I'm not going to solve any of the tasks by myself. Every day you get just the basic information about the Advent of Code is that you get one task per day, and the task is divided into two parts. And they are testing your programming skills, your problem solving skills, and knowledge of algorithms. I think I did once in 2018, and I did about 20 tasks, 20 days. There are totally 25 days. Because it's an Advent calendar, it's everything about Christmas, about Santa Claus, and everything else. They have these tasks that are in the thematic of the Christmas, like you're going to see a lot about elves, about reindeers, about Santa Claus, and etc. So it's interesting. And it was interesting whether the AI can solve, the large language models can solve all of the tasks. I'll be testing different models. And it's not about that AI is amazing or revolutionary, but even if it is, it's just to understand how different AI models and can solve these problems, and whether they can solve all of the problems, because some of these problems are getting pretty hard, because you just cannot do it in a straight way. You need to think about a more optimized way of solving some tasks. So usually the first part of the task is simple, and the second part is making it much more hard. But today is just the first day. The tasks should be very easy. I haven't read it, what we need to do, but the AI will be... Oh, again, I'm stuck. Sorry. Just let me disable myself. I'll do something. I'll figure out something with the camera later. So you'll probably need to just hear my voice, listen to my voice, and see what's on the screen. I'll be opening up the task. Just here it is. And also we'll be using Cursor, the modern AI IDE, like a IDE with built-in AI. I've already opened it up. Let me set it up. It's just a fork of VS Code, but with a lot of AI capabilities. Settings. Window size. Window zoom 3 fonts. Here it is. Now you can see everything better. Yeah, I, I won't be diving into the cursor um, right now. Let's just see the task and understand what it is about. And let me move the streaming. Yes, so just let's see if you can hear it.
The chief historian is always present for the big Christmas sleigh launch, but nobody has seen him in months. Last anyone heard, he was visiting locations that are historically significant to the North Pole. A group of senior historians has asked you to accompany them as they check the places they think he was most likely to visit. As each location is checked, they will mark it on their list with a star. They figure the chief historian must be in one of the first 50 places they'll look, so in order to save Christmas, you need to help them get 50 stars on their list before Santa takes off on December 25th.
So basically, what they're saying that we'll be collecting these stars every day. If we open the full challenge, we have 25 days, and apparently we start from the upper, from the. I'm a bit ill. We start from the top and we go to the bottom. And these things they will be like colored after we solve them, and also we are getting 2 stars per each part of the task. So in total, that will be 25 days by 2 parts, 50 stars, and we will be earning all of them. Not this, not this. And yeah, we need to go to the first day again. Chief historian is always present for the big Christmas. Let's make the reading slower. Let's read it again. Not this part. They're saying that we'll be collecting the stars, collect stars by solving puzzles. 2 puzzles will be available each day. Advent calendar. Second puzzle is unlocked when you complete the first. So we here have the first one. After we submit the answer, if this is correct, we'll get the second part of it. And here is the task. Let's read it.
You haven't even left yet, and the group of Elvish Senior Historians has already hit a problem. Their list of locations to check is currently empty. Eventually, someone decides that the best place to check first would be the chief historian's office. Upon pouring into the office, everyone confirms that the chief historian is indeed nowhere to be found. Instead, the elves discover an assortment of notes and lists of historically significant locations. This seems to be the planning the chief historian was doing before he left. Perhaps these notes can be used to determine which locations to search. Throughout the chief's office, the historically significant locations are listed not by name, but by a unique number called the location ID. To make sure they don't miss anything, the historians split into 2 groups, each searching the office and trying to create their own complete list of location IDs. There's just one problem. By holding the 2 lists up side by side, your puzzle input, it quickly becomes clear that the lists aren't very similar. Maybe you can help the historians reconcile their lists?
And they have an example of this list: 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5, etc. Let's go on.
Maybe the lists are only off by a small amount. To find out, pair up the numbers and measure how far apart they are. Pair up the smallest number in the left list with the smallest number in the right list, then the second smallest left number with the second smallest right number, and so on. Within each pair, figure out how far apart the 2 numbers are. You'll need to add up all of those distances. For example, if you pair up a 3 from the left list with a 7 from the right list, the distance apart is 4. If you pair up a 9 with a 3, the distance apart is 6.
If you find yourself not really understanding everything, I can understand this. I mean, me too. So we'll see after we read all this. If it won't be much clearer, we'll see how the AI solved this, and we'll then figure out what was the problem. It's another way to solve this as well.
In the example list above, the pairs and distances would be as follows. The smallest number in the left list is 1, and the smallest number in the right list is 3. The distance between them is 2. The second smallest number in the left list is 2, and the second smallest number in the right list is another 3. The distance between them is 1. The third smallest number in both lists is 3, so the distance between them is 0. The next numbers to pair up are 3 and 4, a distance of 1. The fifth smallest numbers in each list are 3 and 5, a distance of 2. Finally, the largest number in the left list is 4, while the largest number in the right list is 9. These are a distance 5 apart.
Again, I think I have an idea how to solve this. So again, we find the smallest number here, we find the smallest number here, and then we go one by one, and we try to, like, we have sorted we need to sort this list, and we need to sort this list, and then go one by one and determine the distance between these pairs. Seems really, really easy. I'm not sure if we need even to try the smartest model. We'll try the dumbest model to solve this and see if it will.
To find the total distance between the left list and the right list, add up the distances between all of the pairs you found. In the example above, this is 2 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5, a total distance of 11. Your actual left and right lists contain many location IDs. What is the total distance between your lists?
Yeah, it seems pretty easy. By the way, if there are problems with the microphone, or if there is an echo or something is not seen, just leave out the comment in the chat. And we'll start solving it right now. This is the newest version of Cursor, and what is really interesting about this is that we have a composer. Like if you have VS Code with Copilot or some other IDE with the LLM chat, it's the cursor is much more than this. We have this chat thing here. We can ask questions, we can attach files, we can attach code base recommended, we can search the web, we can do much more. But there's also bug finder, but it's not what we are going to discuss now. But we are interested in Composer. Composer is able to create files, to edit files, the existing ones, and also they've added in the latest version the agent tool, and this is really interesting because it's can continue working on and iterating on the output from the terminal. It can run commands and it can see the output from the terminal, and then without any action from you, it will analyze this the output and will generate the new commands to perform. It's basically I'm not sure if it can execute all of the commands automatically, but it requires an action from me to confirm the action, and for now I think it's the preferred way. to work with. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to text the what we're going to solve, what we're going to do in this project. And I have a microphone, special voice assistant that I've created using Whisper. It will analyze my my voice and transcribe into this window. Hi Jarvis. We are going to solve Advent of Code 2024, and I need you to create a structure for this project. We have 25 days. We will be solving every day about one task, but it will consist of 2 parts. Hi Jarvis. And also create in all the folders we need to have an input .txt. Input .txt. What else? Hi Jarvis. Also create a markdown file describing for yourself what we are going to do, so I won't be repeating it every time, and describe the structure and that we have the input in the text file. Let's run agent. We are using Claude 3.5 Sonnet, the latest version, for generating outputs. It has created this markdown file. Advent to code. Project is organized by day, solution, input, test input, workflow. Each day has 2 parts to solve. Alright. What's day touch day input? Hi Jarvis. Modify your description that we will need 2 parts of the solutions for each day, so that there are 2 parts of the day, and also we don't need test solution or test something. And it should modify the markdown file. And also, what's more, the key thing about the cursor, that we can see the diffs. We can see the diffs and apply them to our files. And it's really easy to see what was the previous version, what's the difference between the previous version and the new one. Day solution contains part 1 and part 2. All right, it wants us to contain part 1 and part 2 in one solution file. All right. Okay, let's have it. We can accept. Press this button. Now we accepted this README file, and the README file will be needed to include in the context of Composer. So every time I start the new day, I won't be repeating the same thing. I will be just including the README file. Now it wants to create the directory structure for all 25 days. Let's run this. And here it is. We have this all 25 days. Let's start from day 1. We have this input.txt and solution.py. Now it says, let me also create a template for the first day solution. Show the structure we'll be using. Read inputs, part 1, part 2. Oh, this is really cool. Yeah, I like this. Accept. So it will be, and can we do the same thing for the other days as well? Hi Jarvis. Do the same thing for the other days. Generate the just spread this template for all the days. Let's see what it's going to do. For E into 25 GCP. Just copying it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, template is here. Yeah, all right. Solution day 1. All right, we have this. Now we can get our puzzle input. We have, I think it's around 2,000 lines. Input, yeah, 1,000 line. Text to speech button. 1,000 lines. You won't be able to do this manually. To figure out, you need to write code because it's thousands of lines. And again, what was the task? We need to just sort the left column, and then sort the right column, and then go one by one and determine the difference, and then just sum up the difference between the numbers. But we are going to pass just this description fully. And let's decide, let's choose another model. We can try, I'd like to try the dumbest models, which are GPT-4o Mini and GPT-4 and Claude 3.5 Haiku or 3 Haiku. Let's try GPT-4o Mini first. I've pasted in the context of our task, and let's run it. Unsupported model. Alright. Agentic Composer is currently only supported using Anthropic models. Okay. Let's do this another way. We can create new composer without agent. So it's not in normal mode. We're using GPT-4o Mini, and we'll be including, as I said, README, and including the first task. Let's solve solution day 1 and task description. Let's try it out. Again, we can see diff here, we can see difference here. This was the first part. Again, this was GPT-4o Mini, accept all. Let's close and let's see what is done. Lines. We get the data is string, which was like, let's see, data read input. We read the input.txt. Then we go line by line, split lines, left list, right list, sorted, integer x for n in lines 0, right list, lines 1. Then we calculate the total distance, sum, absolute, left minus right for left right in zip, left list, right list. Yeah, that's just pretty much how I would approach this. I can't see any errors right now, but let's see if this working is correct. I'll be using UV as my package manager. UV benf. Let's activate it. We don't need to install anything right now, so let's just run Python day 01 solution. No such file in directory, yeah, because we are not in the folder. Let's move into day 1 and let's run the solution. Part 1, we have this number, and let's test it. This is not the right answer. The answer is too low. have I tried? Yeah, I've tried the correct one. So what is saying that this answer is not correct. I'm not going to debug it with GPT-4o Mini. We'll try with another model. Let's enable it. Cursor settings, models, and we can decide which models we want to include here. 3.5 Haiku. Yes, 3.5 Haiku. And I'll just start from scratch. Here, Haiku is selected. Let's submit again, continue and revert. So it reverted the code to the previous version, where it's just a template, no code at all, and we run again. We don't want the Claude Haiku to iterate on the previous solution. Okay, now it's different lines, data splits. We split in new lines. We get left and right lists separately. We go line by line. We split them, and then if the part's not true, we raise an error. All right. Yeah, it seems like this is parsing the input more correctly than the previous version. We get left list, right list. We sort them, like this. Then we calculate the total distance, absolute left minus right, in zip left. And also I see the Claude Haiku is writing the code more readable, more. All right, it's even. Why did it include here the key improvements? All right, I am not sure why it isn't applying this code to this file, but we can probably just Haiku problem. Let's copy it and paste it here and remove the key improvements and what the description. Let's run it again. Yeah, number is definitely bigger. And let's paste it here. Yeah, 1 gold star. So Claude Haiku solved this one. GPT-4o Mini failed. It's interesting because OpenAI said that GPT-4o Mini is good in solving programming, like for auto-completion, but it's not really. We have this first half of this puzzle. Then there is part 2, and let's dive in.
Your analysis only confirmed what everyone feared. The two lists of location IDs are indeed very different. Or are they? The historians can't agree on which group made the mistakes or how to read most of the chief's handwriting, but in the commotion you notice an interesting detail. A lot of location IDs appear in both lists. Maybe the other numbers aren't location IDs at all, but rather misinterpreted handwriting. This time, you'll need to figure out exactly how often each number from the left list appears in the right list. Calculate a total similarity score by adding up each number in the left list after multiplying it by the number of times that number appears in the right list.
And we have the same example lists again, and we'll see what it means for this one.
For these example lists, here is the process of finding the similarity score. The first number in the left list is 3. It appears in the right list 3 times, so the similarity score increases by 3 in 9. The second number in the left list is 4. It appears in the right list once, so the similarity score increases by 4. 1 equals 4. The third number in the left list is 2. It does not appear in the right list, so the similarity score does not increase to 0x0. The fourth number 1 also does not appear in the right list. The fifth number 3 appears in the right list 3 times. The similarity score increases by 9. The last number, 3, appears in the right list 3 times. The similarity score again increases by 9.
So as I understand, we go one by one and we see how many times this number is repeated in this column.
So for these example lists, the similarity score at the end of this process is 31, 9 plus 4 plus 0 plus 0 plus 9 plus 9. Once again, consider your left and right lists. What is their similarity score?
I'm not sure if I understood this correctly. So we have 3, it's 9, then 4, it's 4, then 2. What do we need to consider? Why 2, 0? The number is in the left list is 2. It doesn't appear in the right list. All right, it does not appear in the right list. Oh, I see. So 3, and we count how many times it appears in the right list. 1, 2, 3. All right. 4 is 4, 1. 2 does not appear. 1 does not appear. Yes. 3 times. 3 times. And then we sum up all these numbers. All right. Again, pretty simple task. Let's start from solving with, again, GPT-4o Mini. Let's include README, and let's include a solution first. Then we describe this is the part 2, and select 4o Mini. Yeah. Part 2 left list, right list, parse input. Because it's now it sees the correct parsing of the list, parse input. It hasn't changed the parsing of input. We can think that this time GPT-4o Mini can actually solve this one. What's the difference? What's the solution? Left list, right list, right count. For number is right list. If number and right count, plus 1. 1. No. Shouldn't we have? Oh yeah. Let's see the code actually. Part 2. For number in right list, we go through all the numbers in right list. Why? Shouldn't we go by 1? Right. Oh, it wants to sum up. To decide, it creates the dictionary with the numbers and how the counter of them, and then it's using this counter. If not found, then it's 0 and multiplies by the left value. Should be working okay. Part 2. Let's try it out. Yeah. All right. So this was the basically with GPT-4o Mini there was a parsing issue, I think, because the second part it's solved. Okay. I'm pretty sure that Claude Haiku can solve this as well. We can use this button checkpoint, and it will revert the changes. Like we have the first part kept, but the second part is erased, and we can start from the same state. Let's select Claude Haiku. Again, Claude Haiku is smart model, but not as smart as Sonnet. So I consider this model as dumb. I can see I like this solution much better. See, it uses counter from the library collections, so it's a more like more advanced way to count the numbers. We have this counter from the right list, and then just we just get the same way as we got from the dictionary. We sum up the number, each number from the left list. We multiply it by the count in the right list, and then we sum up all the numbers. Let's go again. Yeah, this answer the same. All right, we did the first day, and we will return the next day in 20 hours, approximately. I'm not sure how when exactly will be the next part, but we'll solve the next part probably tomorrow. Yeah, and if we'll see that these models will fail, the dumbest models will fail, we'll try another model. We have here GPT-4o, O1 Mini, O1 Preview, and Claude 3.5 Sonnet. So by default, I'm using 3.5 Sonnet. It's much efficient and much more cheap than the O1 Preview, but it's almost as good as O1 Preview. For some tasks, O1 Preview is much better, but it writes not really readable code. I like the Claude code much better. It's much more readable, much more efficient sometimes, but O1 Preview is good for solving very complex tasks. And O1 Mini, I'm not using it a lot, but it can do some stuff as well that for O Mini cannot. Yeah, so let's see you tomorrow.